Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to start a playthrough of Skies Above the Reich from GMT Games. And this is a couple notes. This is the very first. We're going to do our setup and get everything started. We're going to start with the very first mission in season, which is 1942. So we'll be going in there. And then we will use as many of the advanced rules that I can. I think I can use them all, I hope. I do have a different camera mount here, so we're going to give this a go today. The camera's shooting straight down, so hopefully we can do it without me having to move too much. I think I've got pretty much everything in except for a little bit down here at the bottom that you can't see for the below trailing Escort display, and then my cards are right up here at the top. My dice tower I'm not going to use. I'm going to use my cup to roll with. It's got, so I can roll it right here on the board. You'll be able to see it that way. And then I have my planes and everything set aside. My pilot roster, I'm using the pre-made names. For this season, this mission, 1942, we start with 6 experting, and it is 6 missions long. So I randomly just rolled a 20-sided die and gave them the who the 6 experts are going to be. So Adamite, Dahl, Freiling, Luce, Schmidt, and Zweigert. They're the 6 experts. Then I used my cup and I took the expert markers here, and as you can see on the back side they have what they are. So I used those and I drew randomly, and oddly enough I drew 2 A's, which are aims. So if a damage result, we draw and apply 2 damage markers. I got timing twice, which was add damage to the attack result, and I drew luck twice, which ignores 1 hit. Okay, so I did not get any of the break anywhere skill, but I randomly drew everything. This is mission 1, 1942. So we're going to roll and see what map we're going to have. That's the first thing we do. A 1 or 2, it'll be map 2. Otherwise, it'll be on this map right here. And we get a 3. So we are on this map. Now we're going to roll. If it's even, they'll use formation A. And if it's odd, formation B. It's odd, formation B. Okay. For these 2 formations, the note right here is, when using this map, the formation consists of only 1 element. So this is all 1 element right here. For purposes of swarm and rot and all those things, this is 1 element, this is 1 element. On the other ones, you'll have multiple elements. But here in 1942, this is the way they were flying a lot. So we have our positions here. Okay, so the next thing we'll have to do, we got our map. We got to roll for mission type. Let's set this down right here. So mission type is going to be a 2, inbound. Okay. So we're going to put map 1, B, which is the one we're on. Mission type is inbound. We get our operation points that we're going to start with. I want to move this a little bit. So we're going to have we roll here. Oh, here we go. Roll the die for the operation points. And we're going to have, oh, I got a 9. I think that's good. Die roll of 9 on an inbound. Almost got the max. I get 4. 4 is going to let me have 4 fighters, is what that means. So our mission type, and we get 4. So that goes right here on the board. So right now we're mission 1, 1942, map 1B, inbound, and 4. Okay, so that's where we'll be there. And then we're going to roll for the escort on an inbound. We'll see what this is going to be. It's going to be a 6. A 6 is going to be light, 4, and S. So on an inbound, so L is light, so we draw 5 escort markers. The number 4 on inbound is the turn that the escort exits. Okay, so we're going to have a marker here that says, yeah, but it's escort exits, escort arrives. This is escort exits, and it's going to be on turn 4. So they're here, they're going to be leaving. And this was S, which are Spitfires, and it's light, so there's 5 markers. So we have 7 markers altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we just lay these down here like this, and we just mix them up. Don't know what they are. Don't have any idea. And then we just randomly start stacking them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So these are the 5 escorts. I'm just going to set them down here. These 2 go off to the side. Not using them right now. And okay, so that's our, so we have a basic game instructions and an advanced game for setup. So we did our campaign setup, mission setup table, which we did, our mission setup table, so map, mission type, operation points, and escort. Okay, we have to determine the situation. So we open the situation manual, which I have right here, and we're going to be on inbound, map 1, inbound. Okay, so we roll 1 to 10, and it's going to tell us if any of these guys have damage or not. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So we're going to roll, and this is a 7. So a 7 is here, and no damage. So unfortunately, these guys haven't been damaged already, so they're coming in clean. Okay. This formation, you don't have it anchored. The next thing we need to roll for is the sun. All right, so we roll to see where the sun's going to be, and we get a 5. So sun is high flank. Okay, so we take this. This is the oblique. It's on this one, so it goes in the high flank box right here. Next ones are tactical points. So we're going to roll for tactical points. Higher the number, the better. And we get, oh yeah, we got a 10. So that's as good as we could get. So we get 6 tactical points. So we have a tactical point marker. And we put that here on 6. Those are ours to spend. Now we got to roll for the flight limit. This is how long we can be up where we're catching them at. Oh, nice, a 9. 9 is 9. So we have a lot of, we're catching them close to our airfield. So our flight limit is 9. Okay, mission turn is right here. All right. That's all we need to do for the setup there. Okay, there's no contrails in this, on this map with these early in the year like this. All right, so we set that up. I've already shuffled all my decks of cards, so we're all set there. And then we'll get the mission sequence of play out and be ready to start there, which we have here. Fighters may move. So the other thing we need to do on our escort display, We need to find out where those escorts are starting at, because they're already there with the formation. So we roll a die and we refer to the escort setup table, which is right here. And we get a 3. And a 3 is light, 3 forward, and 2 below trailing. So there are 3 fighters in the forward box and 2 in the below trailing box. Okay. So that's where the escort's at. Now, all right, so sequence of play, turn 1. So we put this on turn 1. Enter. Start the mission by entering fighters onto the formation map. Place them in 1 or more groups. Now, I only had 4 op points, so I only get 4 fighters. 6 are the max anyway, but I'm going to use 4. So I decided to take Adamite, Bauer. So I got 1 expert and a regular, and then I'm taking Luce and Mac, another expert. So I got 1 that has the aim skill, 1 that has the luck skill. Okay, see how this works out for us. Okay, so I'm going to send Adamite and Bauer. They start here in the low box. So we'll put them, they're coming in oblique and low. I got Luce and Mac. They're coming in nose and low. Okay. It's a little bit of a risk. Of course, there's only, a little bit of a risk, but this is the way we're going to go with it here. I don't know. I almost want to come in tail low. Even though there's 2 fighters back there. If I come in tail low, and if I use the obliques on both sides, I can get them in a crossfire. That's the safest thing for me right now, because I don't know what those escorts are going to do. Okay, we're going to come in the obliques, these 2 obliques, this way. Or tail level. There's a good chance he's going to come out here with that escort at tail low, and there I'm going to be with my fighters, and I'm going to be in trouble. And he's got the nose position up there, so I'm going to go with the obliques. We see them, we see the fighters out there. We're going to try to avoid them. Okay, I've made my decisions. Coming in low, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, fighters must leave return boxes. We don't have that. Escort. Check escort, arrival, or exit. Only happens when escort are present. This phase only happens when escorts are present. An escort marker on the formation map only moves if adjacent to a fighter. It moves into the fighter's box, or it peels off. Escort stations are located on the escort display. Okay, so escort phase. On a formation in a box adjacent, automatically moves. We don't have that. Then if 1 or more escorts are in a station, make an escort check. Roll a die and refer to the station check table. Okay. Then resolve aerial. Let's see, 1 check per station maximum, but only for stations with escort present. Resolve combat if they're in the same box. Okay, so we're going to do escort checks. So this is the forward station first. So we roll, and we get an 8. And an 8, he goes below trailing. Okay, so he moves back below trailing. And we got to check for the below trailing escort station. And he gets a 10. He moves to above trailing. Okay, so there we go. We got 1 there. So They're circling around, but they're not doing anything yet. All right. Okay, we don't have any recovery to do. We don't have any blast or flak to do. No cohesion check yet, and no attack fighters yet. Okay, so no approach, no burst, no breakaway. Okay, so we go to turn 2. So we're almost halfway through the Escort's fuel. So that's what I'm hoping for, that we get to their turn and they got to break out, get away from me. Okay, so we're going to move. So here we get a chance to move. So we're going to move to, get me a couple of my blue blocks out here. Oop. These guys are going to go to move level. I'll just use one there. And these guys are going to move to level. Okay, so we're trying to line up, get things going here, and then we'll be ready, hopefully get in position here pretty soon. All right, next up, we don't have any fighters in the return box, and now we go Escort. So here we go again with the Escorts. So we're going to check above trailing first and see what he does. He goes 6. Box with most fighters. Above trailing, check station table, box with most fighters. Aha, so he's going to move in on us. Shoot, okay. I got him the same, so he's going to roll. 1, 2, 3 up here. Or 1 through 5, I should say. Okay, 9 through 10. He moves into this box right here. All right, so he intercepted me. Now here comes forward station. They get a 6. He moves to nose level. So that's where he's at. And now we got below trailing. He moves to 10, above trailing. Ugh, don't like that. Okay. All right. One check per station. Then resolve area combat where escorts and fighters share the same box on the formation map. Okay, so we're going to have aerial combat. Right here. These guys move into the dogfight box. So I'm looking for my other table. Oh, here it is. There's an aerial combat table. These are Spitfires, and I have 109s. So we're going to be on this table. P-47s are Spitfires. They're the same on the die roll. Escort moves to the fighter's box from a lower box, or fighters are never higher except when a fighter moves into escort's box from a higher box, or escort moves to fighter's box from a lower box or from below trailing. Use the escort number on the escort marker. So we're going to have to flip him over and see what that's going to be. And it is, oh, thank goodness, it's a 2. So he's not, there's only a couple Spitfires there. I didn't get hit by a big old bunch of them. Okay. More fighters than escort? No. Fighters higher than escort? No. It's going to be no and no, and we're going to roll right here. We're going to get a number. All right. X, 1 fighter is destroyed, check for bailout. E, killed, 1 fighter earns a kill, 1 pilot experience point. Break off fighters and 1 escort marker, exit. Dogfight fighters and 1 escort marker, dogfight. Return, 1 escort exits, fighters return. Evasive, tail low, and scattered. Fighters exit, escort marker returns to below trailing. So that's what all this means. So we are fighters higher than escort? No. Fighters, more fighters than escort? No. We're even there. Okay, so now we're going to do a die roll. Here it comes. He gets a 7. Yeah. And a 7 here against the 109s is a B. Break off. Fighters and 1 escort marker exit. Okay. So the escort marker exits. He's gone. And my fighters exit. They're done for the day. Luce and Mac exited. So there was enough going on that they forced each other out. All right, and they lost sight of the formation. That's it. Nobody else, nothing else happened. All right, well, that hurt because that's half of my fighters right there just got driven off. No recovery, no blast, no cohesion, no attack yet. And so now we move to turn 3. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to oblique high right here and make my attack. Okay. Escort. So we have to roll again for the escort. Now, an escort marker on the formation map in a box adjacent automatically moves into the fighter's box. Then, if one or more station make an escort check, 1 check per station, then resolve aerial combat. If 2 or more escort markers on the formation map share the same box, there is no fighter adjacent to that box. 1 escort marker peels off. Okay. All right. So we don't have multiples there, so we got to roll for these guys. So here we go. This is above trailing. 9. Dang it, box with most fighters, but I don't think he gets to go after me in the attack box, so I'm going to have to check that. Okay, so this is where the fighters intercept are in these boxes here. I'm already on my attack, so I got past the escorts, so they're already on their attack, so he doesn't get me there because I don't have any others. They don't go out on the display. Okay, let's see what the forward group is doing. The forward group is doing 2. A 2 means he moves to above trailing. And now the below trailing group is going to go to 7. Above flank level 2 to 4 o'clock. Flank level 2 to 4 would be over on this side. So he's going to be flank level. So he moved there, but we just got out of there. So he saw us, but he couldn't get there quick enough. All right, and we came from the level box. I couldn't wait. In fact, I have to spend a TP because I moved into that box already. I'm glad I did because he would have intercepted us there and messed us all up. Okay, so that's the move. There's no return, no escort. We just did that. Recovery, cohesion, attack. Fighters in approach boxes must attack the bombers. So here we go. We're going to attack. Shift fighters from approach boxes to spaces in the bomber formation. All right, so we're coming in from the oblique. I'm going to put both these guys on here, and they're both coming in on this guy right here like this. Because what I want is my RADA bonus right here. That's what they're going to get. Right now, they've got it. It could change. And both these fighters are coming out of the sun. Okay. Engage. Select each fighter's mode. So we have to decide. So Adamite is coming in determined, but Bauer is coming in evasive. Okay. So he's going to come in evasive. So one's evasive. and one's not. They have to do a collision check. So we have to draw proximity markers. So that's on the back side of these. This is to make sure that something bad, something could change everything I'm doing here. This is proximity is no impact. Okay, and just to make sure that we don't miss anything, right here, impact. If evasive mode, so you check one of your fighters. I'm using my evasive guy. He's the one he's checking. If evasive mode, treat as no collision. And then, of course, if it says no impact, there's no collision either. So we were free on that one. So they did not collide. So they're still there. So I'm going to get my RADA bonus there. Now we have to decide what the maneuver is going to be. There's a guy up there and there's a guy up there, and if I fly straight across or if I turn to the tail, things aren't looking real good, except that the fighters are going to have to peel off pretty soon, because this is turn 3 already, so they're going to be booking home. So we're going to do a roll and climb here. He's going to roll to this side, and I'm going to do a dive, and I could go straight through, or I could roll him also. Straight through, he's on a 2. There's a little more firepower there, but if he gets a 2, he'll push straight on out here to the 1. So you never know. I'm going to try it. He's going to do a dive. He's not rolling. He's just doing a dive maneuver, which is straight ahead like that. Okay. He's doing a roll. He's turning. He's diving straight through. Okay. Attack advantage. Finally check for the advantage. So with a RADA space, with 2+ fighters, they cancel a hit, 1 hit. So I'm just going to verify that I'm not messing something. This is my first playthrough here long time since I played Storm over the Reich. I just want to make sure that I'm showing you the right way. I don't want to mess that up. We did our collision check. Looking for my RADA markers here. Feet. Continuing fire. Attack, damage. Attack, collision, come on. Here it is, went right by it. RADA advantage. You earn this advantage if at least one space in the element is occupied by 2 or more, must be in the same space at the same altitude, and must have emerged from the same approach box. Also, the fighters must be in determined mode, and they must be the same type. Uh-oh. I did not have them both in the same mode, so guess what? I don't get that advantage. Oh, I messed that up. I was looking at that. 2 fighters in the same space, but they must be in the same mode. So I had to be in determined mode with both of them. Okay. This allows you to cancel, so I can't cancel the hit. So guess what? I didn't get any of my squadron that I wanted to. But my ace is an A, which is aim. If damage result, draw and apply 2 damage markers. So for each hit that he gets when he does his burst. Okay, so we're going to perform our fighter's attack. Before doing so for the next fighter, each fighter attacks the bomber in front of it. All right. So we draw an attack card. So this is Adamite. He's coming in from the oblique. So we get oblique. And he came in from the high. And he has the sun. And the sun also does something for him. The sun, I believe, is going to take away a hit. Okay, out of the sun, if the advantage cancels one hit if the fighter's in evasive mode, and if in determined mode, he has to roll an even number on one die to cancel the hit. If you roll odd, it does not cancel and the advantage is not used. Remove the advantage marker if the hit is canceled. Okay, so we're definitely using them here. All right, here he comes. So we're coming in high, and they're at a 1. So he scores 2 hits and no ammo, because this is the determined. So I'm out of ammo. They didn't hit me, but I'm coming out of the sun. So we'll take that off now. That's gone. And he gets a no ammo marker to put on him. But he scores 2 hits, and because he's using his aim, he gets 4, because he gets 2 for every one of these that he hits on. Okay, here comes the first one, is fuselage. Second one is a fuselage, and if I roll a 10, he's going to drop out of the formation. Third one is a wing, and if I roll a 9 or higher, his wing gets shot off. And the fourth one is fuselage. Okay, so those 2 fuselages go there. So we'll roll for the 10 first. If I get a 10, he's going to fall out. Oh, he got a 9, so nothing happened there. Now I need the 9. I should have rolled for the wing first. 2. Nope. Okay. He has suffered 2, 4, 6 points of damage. He's going to roll out of this. So he did not take any damage. So this is an oblique card. We're going to set him off to the side like that. And he rolled out this way. So he's now headed this way, and he climbed. So he stays at the same altitude that he was at. And he has no ammo. Okay. Now I have evasive coming in. He's firing oblique. Defense 1. So he gets a, you know what? I think I just screwed that up. Now I see what it is. He got 1 hit. So these last 2 hits that I drew, that was the fuselage and the elevator. They go back in the cup because he only got 2 hits. He only hit once. I read that as 2. That means his evasive maneuver took him 2. So he's out to here now. That's where he's at. Okay. The only thing that happened here, he checks for collision, and he's a 1 on his. He does not check for collision because he's evasive. He gets 2. He moves straight through. 1, 2, which is kind of what I was hoping he would do. Okay. All right. And he was out of the sun. That's gone now. His maneuver's done. I don't think I take those off just yet, because I think we're going to reference them here in a minute. I'll take it off here in a minute. Okay, he goes from there. The burst, we fired the pass through, move the fighters, the number of spaces equal to, rolling, move in the direction. Yep, I did that. Okay. Breakaway. Each fighter suffers continuing fire. Draw a continuing fire card and apply the event text. Then apply the result in the column. Okay. So here comes continuing fire. This is on my ace. If dive rolling, skip continuing fire. Well, he wasn't dive rolling. And their defensive fire out here is a 1, and he was determined, so they scores 1 hit. So he's going to take 1 hit. I can pull that marker off of him now. And it is a, come on. It is a, 7 elevator. Okay. 7 on the elevator, so he hit me. And I got to pull one for the other guy. And his card says, pull away. If climbing or climb rolling, draw another card. Nope. And he was evasive, and he's a 1 out here. So no hits on him. So he flew right through. Nobody got to him. So there's no advantage. We remove the maneuver markers, and nobody fell out. So that brings us to the end of that turn. So we go to turn 4, which is the fighter escort exits. So they're all gone now. So they all pull off. I should have spent tactical points and laid out here for that fighter escort to get out of here, but I didn't. So lesson learned for the next one, because I could have kept my fighters around here probably a lot longer, and just burned some fuel up waiting on them guys to get out of here, knowing that they were going to have to leave. Okay. So now we move. And recovery will be the one with the hit marker. Okay, so he's going to move. He's in the flank, and he's evasive. Take his maneuver marker off of him. And this is where he's at. And he dives, so he's low again. Okay, so he's in the evasive box right here. All right. He doesn't move until we take care of his check fighters with hit markers. All right. He has a 7, so he needs a 7 or higher. 10, yes. Okay. So that elevator turned out to be minimal damage. Okay, check fighters with hit markers. Regroup procedure, we're not in that. So he goes to, he was in the nose position, so he goes there. He has no ammo, so he's going to have to leave. It's going to leave us 1 fighter all by himself up here. And he's coming in a tough spot, it looks like. Okay. The escort's gone. Nobody to engage. So we go to the next turn. He moves to the return box. There's no escort. He goes home. So he's done. So Adamite goes home. He didn't get anything done. We go to the next turn. He's going to come up to the low box. Nothing else we can do. He goes to the next turn, and here I come. See, I'm running out of time now. I'm going to get one more shot at these guys. I'm going to go one TP. He can go to tail. I'm going to send him, because there's no fighter escort now, I'm going to send him to tail. I can send him to tail, any, 0 TP from here. To nose any, 2 TP. To tail any, 0 TP. You know what? I'm going to send him high, nose. I'm going to spend 2 tactical points, 1, 2, and put him here. So now he's ready. He's getting ready to come back on this guy again from high, nose high. We go turn 5. He moves into this attack box, which is going to allow him to come on the attack right here at the high. Gets 2 of the blue blocks. And he's coming in on these guys just like this, nose high. All right. So we know there's no cohesion yet because he's only got 3 points against him. And the way that cohesion works is use what fall and destroyed, lethal level, loose kaput, cohesion placed and or changed during the attack phase, cohesion phase. Here it is, element cohesion. Check each element, but only if one or more markers are in place proximity. Add the number of markers to make a sum. Roll a die. If the number rolled is less than the sum, the element's cohesion degrades 1 level. Okay, so we're going to roll. Let's see. It's got 2 markers on him. Yeah, 6. That's not going to do it. 2 markers plus. Check each element. Put, fall, and destroy. Add the number of markers to make a sum. Roll a die. Yeah. Okay. So, he's there. I'm coming in. Nose high. Here we go. Nose high. He's determined. Sorry, I meant that to be determined. Nose high. Their firepower is a 1. He scores a hit. And he goes straight through 2. I didn't give him a maneuver, but we're going to do the same thing he did last time. He's going to dive. He's going straight through. Okay, so we scored 1 hit. And he passed through 2. So 1 hit on the bomber. I need something good to knock him down. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get him. Well, I got a chance. It's a wing. Going to roll. Oops. Here he comes. It's a 10. 3. Okay, so we scored the hit. It's another wing. He passes through 2. 1, 2. Puts him at, I guess, 1, 2 there. And puts him at there. They're going to do continuing fire. It's a 1. Straight through, slow climb, nope. So nothing there. So they didn't hit me. I don't have to do anything. He goes to tail, determined. He's at, dropped a level, so he's at level. And that's his nose. That card goes there. We go up a turn box. He's at his flight limit. Yeah, he won't be able to make it because he'll get here, and then the next turn's his flight limit, so he'll have to come home. Okay. All right. Well, we damaged the B-17, but we did not kill the B-17. So at the end of the mission, resolve the fate of fighters. We don't have any in the fate boxes. Update the pilot roster and the Staffel log by noting experience points and victory points, if any. Play a new mission. Go to step 2, mission setup. If this was the last mission of the season, check the victory schedule. If playing a medium campaign you have not lost and did not win, you may continue by starting the next season. Okay, so we didn't earn anything. All we did was damage the B-17. Okay, so there's one other thing that we're going to do, and it's called Staffel erosion. It's the last page of the main rule book. And so here's 1942 to 43 early. We roll a 10-sided die. This comes off of there. So you can see it's hard, even with this formation like it is. Oh, we got a 10. Pilot lauded. One pilot with expert skill may not fly the next mission. Okay. So I think we'll take Loose out. We'll set him off to the side. He's going to he can't fly the next mission. All right. Okay, well, that was mission 1. We damaged the B-17, but we didn't shoot him down. Next time I'm going to really pay attention to the Escort, how much fuel or time I think they may have, because I could have used up some tactical points and let those Escorts get a little farther away so they couldn't mess with me. And then I would have got my Rada and my advantage position. That's what I was working on doing. So, shoot, I really kind of messed that up. I had a chance to do some damage, but I didn't do it. All right, well, that's the first mission of the season, and I didn't lose anybody. I didn't get anybody in the fate boxes or anything, so that was a good thing. You can see the bomber formations are not real strong here. This one's a little stronger. This is the one I like going against because they're weak. You can get in there and do some damage to them if you can get your fighters lined up on them and have a chance. And maybe next time I'll get a little better roll for my operation points. So, but no experience points. We didn't force a bomber out of the formation. We didn't loosen the formation, anything. So no experience points there. And of course, no other points. So that's it. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed it. And we'll do another one here pretty soon and see what happens on the next mission. I still got 5 more missions in this season. Hopefully I can start knocking down some of these B-17s. But they are tough. So we'll see what happens. All right. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And as always, leave me your comments. Give me that thumbs up and like the video, please. I'll see you guys on the next one.